Aaron, a couple last offseason you stepped away from track. What went into that decision? I'm sure you've already talked about it, but how have you kind of seen your game develop since?
Hey, let's raise your hand and get a remote mic.
Oh.
So I answer that? I'll say just like the load, like just how much work I'm getting, like how much I'm doing, like putting on my body. Just like I can go more at practice and like feel healthier, not as like taxed. So I'll say just the load, like the work, it's less. Like I feel way better at practice.
Yeah, Arian. Kirby was saying yesterday that Carson is really laid back, low key, that kind of stuff. How have you seen that kind of leadership style from him throughout the spring, through the summer, and now into the fall?
I would say like on the field, that's not really the case. I feel like he's more like deep, like more into it, like more vocal. Make sure like he gonna tell me like, ask me a question of like how I like something or something. So I feel like he's more vocal on the field, but off the field he's very chill, laid back, and like to himself. So.
Arian, I know practice started today, but you've had an off season. So who is the closest competitor and the fastest man on the team race? Who are some guys you've seen that could challenge you on their best day?
That's a hard question. I say like we actually have to like line up to like see who really is the fastest. But I feel like we got some other guys like probably can compete with me now. Like C.J. Smith, Anthony Edwards, Ladd. They're all up there right with me. So I can't really say like it's still like a competition out there. So I don't feel like, but yeah, it's a competition.
Arian, just how are you feeling physically going into this fall camp, and what's your excitement level of trying to go out here and trying to earn a role in this offense?
I'll say playing this sport, you're never gonna feel 100%. So I mean, I feel good. I feel way better than I did last year at this point. But I'm knowing like ahead this is the best. Yesterday, probably the best I was gonna feel throughout camp because it's like the first day. So I'm prepared like for injuries, like small injuries and stuff like that. So I feel like I feel great. I feel good.
Arian, I just wondered, it's different now. You guys are here all summer, so it's not like you're just showing up from training camp. But what changes when you move into this mode like you guys went through today, and just what's the emotions? Is it something you get excited about, or do you dread it, or you know what I mean?
I'll say I'm excited because I haven't played that much football, obviously. But just your mindset switches like once August 2nd hit. The mindset switches to like a dog mentality. Like whatever they throw at us, we're prepared for it, no matter what it is. So just like your mindset changes, and like things like that.
Arian, talking about your speed, that's one of the biggest parts about your game. But do you feel like because of your elite speed that people tend to overlook the other parts of your game as a receiver?
Definitely, yes. I can do anything else like a receiver can do, but obviously some attributes are going to shine more than others.
Arian, obviously each quarterback is different. What's your relationship like with each of those guys?
My relationship is good with all of them, because I'm always popping in, getting reps with like the 2s or the 3s, trying to help out and stuff. So I feel like my relationship is good with all of them.
How do you continue to build that connection?
I'll say bonding, like outside of football, not on the field, like not sitting alone, like when I'm going to eat or something, like so things like that. Just bonding, like outside of football.
Arian, you're a veteran now in this receivers room. What advice have you given to the freshmen coming in? Just anything you can share with them?
Just taking it day by day, man. Every day ain't gonna be perfect, and you can't get better at everything in one day. So just taking it day by day and keep pushing it because it's gonna be hard. It's gonna challenge you for sure. So I just like try to keep them like level-minded, tell them to keep pushing and just everything's gonna be straight.
Arian, the obvious question, when you go into a season where y'all got a chance to do something that's never been done in the poll era, to win 3 straight national championships, how do you stay on the focus, the daily focus, but knowing that big goal is out there? It's something that would be very historic to do.
By setting goals before then, you can't set a goal that far ahead. We try to stay like what's important now, because we can't win no national championship right now. We gotta still practice and build a foundation for the season, like throughout fall camp, to get to where we want to be.
As a guy who's had to overcome so many injuries, how has the process of doing that helped you become better and be the player and person that you're trying to be going forward into the season?
Say that again?
Just, injuries have been a big part of your story, and you've had to obviously overcome those and get back out on the field. You make a big play last year in the semifinal against Ohio State. How have having to overcome those injuries made you a better player?
at this point?
Hunger. I'm hungry. I still ain't played, even though what I did in the past don't mean nothing to me right now. Like, I'm still trying to get ready for this season, like, and show what I can do this season. What I did last year don't really mean nothing. So just the hunger, I'll say, because I haven't played much.
Arian, in my opinion, last year's defense might have been the best tackling Georgia team I've ever seen. What's it like? How does that make y'all better on the offensive side? And then how did the new guys, or the 2023 team, how did they do throughout spring since you're just one day into practice here?
Yeah, challenge you, man. Like, I could never relax. Like, when I'm running, like, through traffic or something with the ball or something, like catching the ball, I have to, like, focus on small things. Like, I can't have the ball loose or something. So it really makes you better going against them every day. And just like this year's team, I mean, obviously the young guys got a long ways to go, and like we'll learn throughout camp. But I feel like we're just as good as we was last year on defense. Well, we still gotta just practice and get better every day.
This is similar to the question Connor just asked, but what has the emotional journey been like for you, having to navigate some of those injuries and obviously getting ready for a big season for you?
I mean, it's been rough, obviously, when I was hurt, but like now, I try to not focus on things like that because, you know, the only person that really matters in like it's myself, like what I think. Like, you know, what people say to me, I don't really care. So like, just staying like, you know, level-minded.
Hey Aaron, how would you compare the depth in the receiver room this year compared to the other seasons you've been here at Georgia?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's really deep. We got a lot of competition, man. Everybody around me is gonna make me better just like I want to make them better. So just a lot of competition. So I'm ready to see like what we have in store this year.
Aaron, we'll get a chance to talk to Ladd in a few minutes. Just what is he like as a teammate, and what does he bring to this receiver?
Ladd's a guy where he ain't gonna leave no doubt. He's gonna do the extra, make sure his like teammates are okay regardless of the position. He's just like a team guy. He don't like really like focus on himself. He's gonna make sure you're okay. Like he gonna if I do something at practice, he's gonna make sure like I did it to the best of my ability. So like if I'm like not running fast, I'm like, Aaron, you need to run, or Aaron, you need to do something, you know. So he's like more like a team guy, I say.
Yeah, Aaron, I guess I want to ask you about, you know, your journey following that lead. I mean, you could be competing internationally in track right now. It's a very different career, maybe even more lucrative. Can you talk about what's made you decide to go towards football, where you're one of the guys where if you competed on an international stage, you might be one of the fastest men in the world right now?
Just the passion, man. You ain't gonna play football unless you love it, man. Just like camp, 14 days in the hotel, like no access, not on social media, just cutting life off and just focus on football. So I'll say just the passion and the love for it. Like, I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it. I would be running track or still trying to. So
you mentioned cutting life off. I mean, what is the process like for you guys over these 2 weeks, especially before school starts back? Like, how much time are you spending with your teammates, getting to know each other? Just what is the process of camp like?
We spend every day together for 14 days straight. I'm not on like people like we have our phones, but I turn my phone off, like try not to be on it. Like, I mean, I obviously like get on and check and like, you know, like my family and stuff, but I'm never not on social media and stuff. So I just try to like be with the team only, like no outsiders.
Mekhi Muse, just what's your impression of him, you know, through the spring, and just what kind of player is he in the locker room?
Mekhi Muse is a dog. He's definitely a team guy too. You know, he's gonna work hard and give 100% every play. So he's a dog. That's all I can explain him.
What's it like coming in with the quarterback situation? You know, it was very settled the last few years. You knew who your guy was. What's it like coming in with that sort of uncertainty kind of hanging over going into the season?
I feel like it's really not that big. Like, I'm just focused on my competition because they have a competition. I can't focus on quarterbacks. They got a whole job to do. Just I got a whole job to do. I got to work on my craft and my plays and my effort and stuff, just like they do. So I feel like we're going to be fine at quarterback.
Let's take 2 more questions.
Yeah, Arian, just take us back to your first fall camp. What was something you learned about, like, you know, your first college camp, and what are some, you know, things you really affect some younger guys?
Believe it or not, this is my, well, I have never finished a fall camp here because I got hurt last year, 2 weeks out before Oregon, and my freshman year, I got hurt beginning of the season, so I never really had a fall camp. So my goal is just, you know, enjoy it, you know, stay in the moment, and focus on what's important now. Each day, the process is getting better.
When you talk about how deep you guys are at receiver, obviously you lost AD. You're talking about bringing in John, bringing in Raw. Where's the competition coming from?
It's coming from everybody, down to walk-ons, everybody out there trying to play, everybody trying to find a way to make an opportunity for themselves to get on the field. So the competition in receiver room is very high.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.